Yeah, that looks a bit weird. I didn't even realise it. Oh, this is in the way, so you can see. So you've got Buff standing in front of the pink rabbit, and the pink rabbit's happy, but old Buff looks very surprised. So that looks a bit weird. I might, yeah, something like that. You sit on the pink rabbit's head, and you might wonder, what is this guy doing with the pink rabbit? Well, it's gonna be a gift to a small child. Never eventuated, so permanently, yeah, I don't talk to him. Anyway, so what happened? So yesterday, I've come back from race today. Today's Monday. Yesterday, I did further load testing, and so we're talking 200 grain Hornady ELDX using AR2209, which is hydrogen 4350, with CCI large rifle magnum primers. Luckily I had, over 1,000 still. And what do I have to say? So I started off at 59.5 grains, and I had 1.8. These are all 2-shot groups. What I'm interested in is getting one shot away and then hitting it again, just to make sure that it's going to hit the target. All right. I'm not interested in anything more, because this barrel is so light and heats up so quickly that anything more than a couple, like I was only shooting 4 shots in a row. 2-shot group, let it cool down, wait till there's a ceasefire, or until it's cooled down completely. Not completely, but you know what I mean, cool down. So 59 again, 59.5, 1.8, then 0.44. 60 grains. So I did four rounds of each weight. So 60 grains, 0.6, 1.2. Yeah. Then 60 grains, I got 0.57 and 2.6. I like it. Don't ask me what happened there. I could understand, so I never adjusted after that shot, those 2 shots. So in theory they should be somewhere around there. Well, that one's sort of around there, but that one, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I pulled one or both of them, I don't know. So again, I made, I think, 8 rounds of 60 grain, of 60 grains of 2209 of the powder. So another 60 grain is 1.2 and 1.36. Now, 60.5 grains was 1.26 and 0.34. So that's the smallest group in this test batch. 0.34, and then 61 grains, 1.3, 1.2. Now, then 61.5 grains, 1.8 and 2.8, and 62 grains was a 3-shot group, because that's all I had left. Couldn't do 2-shot groups, so I did 3-shot groups of 1.75 strung diagonally. So it looks like if I go over, obviously due to the light, the thin profile of the barrel, how quickly it heats up, also how much wear there is in the barrel. This is an old rifle. This is, if this was a new rifle, I think the situation would be completely different. But this is an old rifle, so so I was sort of tossing up. I mean, what are you supposed to do when you've got a group of 0.44? Pardon me. And then a group of 0.34. you know what? I just went bugger it. You know, you got to make a stand sometime. You can't just keep testing and testing and testing forever. So that was the smallest group, 0.34, with 60.5 grains of AR2209, 143.50. So I said, bugger it. You know what? Whatever, because I actually destroyed 60 cartridge cases while using expander mandrel. I got on the phone. My sister, I haven't spoken to my sister in months, and we got talking away. We usually have pretty long conversations, and I got talking away, and I was just processing and destroyed 60 cases. So I've got like, I don't know, 38 cases I think left, but I don't need that many because this is going to be pretty much a single shot rifle, hopefully. So I don't need that many cases. You know what? And they're not cheap, but I don't care about the price so much. It's just availability. They're hard to get. I really wanted lapel. I want lapel cases. I will eventually, sometime or other, get 100 lapel cases, and yeah, because these Hornady, I've already found 2 Hornady cases with serious faults that I had to chuck out. You know, with Lapua, you get an extra case so you can make your modified case or split neck or whatever you want to do with it. Now, so last night I made up 18 rounds. How many have I got left? I don't think I only shot off. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 10. I only shot off 8 rounds. So I've got 10 left. So I made up what I get. Actually, it was the 200 grain ELDXs. I only had 18 left. I've got more cases than 18, but I only had 18 200 grain ELDXs left. So today, after I finished, I went straight to the gun shop and bought a box of ELDXs, 200 grain ELDXs, and I'll just make up whatever cases I've got left, and yeah, have that ready to go. So today, went to the range, went right, 60.5 grains. I'm going to confirm that this is it. Straight up. First 2 shots, 0.28. I was like, whoa, yeah, all right. I think I did the right thing. So I adjusted left, bang, 0.63. Hey. Then, so I could have kept shooting, but I didn't. What I wanted to do was to have the rifle in exactly the same condition as the first 2 groups. So clean, and cold. So what I was hoping to do was recreate that. Well, that didn't happen. I got 1.2 and 0.96. And as I said previously, all I care about is getting 2 shots within an inch of each other at 100 meters, and I'm happy. Because out to even 500 meters, you know, a big animal, especially a sandbar, big pig, anything, you are gonna smash it with this thing. 200 grains, let me tell you, 200 grains traveling at around 3,000 feet per second, bam. Yeah, it's not gonna stop. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna stop it dead in its tracks, literally. So that's the load that I've settled on, 60.5 grains of AR2209, 143.50 with a 200 grain ELDX with a comparative overall length of 2.227, which don't disregard that number because it doesn't mean anything to you, sort of closely, because each comparative tool is different. So yeah, your personal comparative tool will be, you know, might be a couple of thou different to someone else's. The shoulders are at, so the headspace is 1.740 using a Hornady 6-420 tool insert. So with the 30-06, I've got that completely settled and completely happy with that, ready to go. made up with 178 grain ELDXs, and now this is ready to go with 200 grain ELDXs. So this, when I do go down to Victoria and do hunt sandbar, maybe in the meantime I might, I don't know, go up. I've got a few friends who got properties up in the tablelands, and maybe I can go up there and do a little bit of a shoot. Get that's cool. Yeah, so she's ready to go. I'm happy. I just like to reply. Well, actually, I replied to his comment. There was a guy who commented on the last video about because I was hanging shit on the Tikka trigger, and he said, "Oh, put a lighter spring in it, and you know it'll fix it." Well, I had a lighter spring in this one, so this is a Tikka trigger. I don't like it. Yeah, it feels weird. How do you accurately, or you know, conceptually, or in any way describe weird? I don't know. I just don't like it. Okay, I'm finding myself pulling shots, and I know I pull them, and it's not because of the recoil. All right, it's not the recoil. It's because I quite literally have trouble predicting when the trigger's going to break. And if you don't know when the trigger's going to break, it's not good. But you know, it's going to be different when you're in a hunting scenario. When you're in the heat of battle, you don't think about that at all. That doesn't even come into thinking. You've got that adrenaline pumping, and you've got that animal in front of you, and the trigger is the last thing you're thinking about. So to sum it all up, she's completely ready to go. I did want to stick the VX Freedom on here because it is so slim and trim and smaller, and you don't have to worry about parallax, and I might still do it, but I've got to get 1-inch mounts, 1-inch Tikka tallies for it, because yeah, the Leopold VX Freedom, because it does have graduations on it. This scope, the Burris Full Field E1 4.5 to 14, it's pretty hard to go past it as far as the hunting scope is concerned. You've got a wide field of view, you've got a 30mm tube. I'd rather a 1-inch tube, but the parallax is at the front, but it's very forgiving parallax, if you know what I mean. So I'm quite happy with the way it is. Yeah, later on I'll get some 1-inch tally rings, and I will put the Leopold Freedom on there, VX Freedom on there, 4 to 12, and I'll also get an alloy bottom metal and a billet magazine, which is the real thing, not this plastic rubbish. The advantage of the plastic rubbish is that it is light. This rifle is super light. You know, I hand it to people, I go, check this out. This is a 300 Winchester short mag, a Magnum, 300 Magnum. Feel how light it is. And they go, oh God, what's that like to shoot? And I go, yeah. You know it. You know you're shooting a Magnum when you're shooting this thing, no doubt whatsoever. Yeah. So, that's enough rambling and carrying on. I'm really happy. I've got it to where I want it to be. It's sighted in, it's zeroed, it's ready to go. Now, my next project will be this thing, the Mauser. So I've still got the K31 on the boil. Yeah, I'm sort of a bit sad about that, about the fact that I free floated it and it had no effect. That's really weird, actually, considering how tightly that end of that barrel was clamped, and then just completely release it. You know what that tells me? If there is zero difference between when it was clamped, the end of the barrel was clamped, and when it's free floated, what that tells me, which is not surprising, is that when the Swiss put that barrel in that stock and then put the top guard on, those two pieces of wood were perfectly concentric to the barrel. Otherwise, there would be some effect, noticeable effect. Whether an increase in accuracy or a decrease in accuracy, but I can't see any difference in the accuracy of that K31 with the free floating. So, which is not surprising. Those things are so precisely made. But anyway, the old Kar-98, the old Israeli Mauser in 308. Wow, what a rifle! This thing. So it's at the gunsmiths. So I did redo the stock. I showed it to you. It's at the gunsmiths, and I just got a call earlier today, and John at the gun shop said, the gunsmith said, so I've located a set of bases. He didn't say what brand. I'm assuming they're probably Recknagel, German. He said he's located a set of bases. It's probably going to take a week to get here to the shop, and I said, yeah, I'm in no hurry. So as soon as he's got those bases, he's going to drill and tap the Israeli Mauser. And the reason I'm doing that is because it deserves it. It's like, man, that was shooting it with iron sights. It was seriously accurate, and the Mauser iron sights are shit. Let's face it. You know, there's no doubt about it. The Lee Enfield Mark IV, number 4 sights, peep sights, shit over any German open sights. Same as the Springfield, 1983 Springfield, and I think all of the American rifles had peeps, had aperture sights. Yeah, Germans, they were just, they could have done it, but no, it works. It's been working. It's the best rifle in the world. More of these have been made than any other. Peter Paul Mauser, he got it right. Not the sights, but it's their shit. Even like my Persian Mauser, yeah, it's better. It's good. It's really accurate because you've got that, you know, longer distance between the front and the rear sight, but still, yeah, crap sights. Notch and blade and notch and post or whatever. Yeah. You want a peep sight. Yeah. So anyway, I rambled on enough. So hopefully, in a couple of weeks or a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, I'll have that Mauser ready to go. I will put the 50 power on it. Maybe I won't. Well, I might. I might put the 50 power on it and just to see how good, you know, how much accuracy I can squeeze it out of that baby. So that's for a little while. I'm not sure what I'm going to shoot next or what I'm going to do next, but I'll certainly have something to tell you. Yeah, I'm never short of a word, am I? Whoops. This was actually the first shots that I fired yesterday. So I don't know where I put this down, but so I had 58 grains, 1, 58 grains again, 0.96, 58 and a half, 0.87, and 1. So, you know what? I went with 60.5. Man, I'm just going to stick with 60.5, but that's pretty consistent. That is pretty consistent. An inch. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stick with 60.5. Alright, see ya.